Yeah, we'll go over that in a second about last week. This is episode 35 of Hoagies and Pierogis, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome to the show.
I'm your host, Ian DiCarlo.
And I'm RJ Hammond.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing lovely. It's pretty fucking cold outside, isn't it?
You're in the Barstool Christmas spirit? Yeah, it is fucking cold.
I am. This is my Christmas hat. I love Santa hats. It's an unknown fact about me. I know probably a lot of people like Christmas hats or Santa hats, but I really love Santa hats. But as I've gotten older, it's been harder and harder to wear them because I just get hotter and hotter every year. It's like I keep it on for a little bit and then I'm just sweating too much. I can't do it.
They cause you to sweat more and more every year.
Probably, yeah. Feels like it. It really feels like it.
Well, you might need it today. It was 34 degrees at 10 o'clock here at home. It is
Yep.
17 right now. It's
I
2
was
o'clock.
that guy out there. So we had to go get a couple like groceries and stuff when we got here. I was that guy walking around in shorts, and I regretted it.
That is so bad.
I wanted to put on sweatpants, and I was like, I just didn't. You know why I didn't? I didn't feel like taking everything out of my pocket and putting it in new pockets.
That
So
is like
lazy.
peak. That is peak laziness. That is lazier than lazy. That is
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
bad.
Oh,
But I'm so glad we did not record last Sunday.
I know.
Oh,
That was smart.
I was dead. So
You were.
John took a picture and video of me. He threw a blanket over my face first off because I was snoring so bad, and then he stood right next to me with our other buddy, and he said the floor was vibrating. So, that's how hard I passed out on Saturday after like about 15 Jello shots and a couple beers.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, Sunday was really rough. I just slept all day. Woke up about like 3 to puke a little bit. Nothing
Ugh.
really came out because it was just water
Yeah.
and gelatin.
I did get
um,
I got the picture of you from John, but John is like the biggest complainer about someone snoring, and then after multiple times of having to sleep in the same bed as him on like trips and stuff for swimming, John snores just as loud as anyone else. So
excuses on why you had to sleep with him. But anyway.
well, I got to pick who I wanted to be in bed with. So no, I'm just kidding. They just paired me up with John, and I was like, okay, we both snore, so it'll work itself out.
You keep each other awake
Yeah.
or keep everyone else up.
Once I'm asleep, I'm a pretty heavy sleeper, but before then,
Same.
yeah.
I toss and turn every now and then, but who cares about that?
Oh yeah, I'm a tosser. I'm a tosser.
All right, let's see here. I will never, ever see a worse loss than the Patriots loss. Let's just get into it. What the fuck was that?
That was something, man.
What was that? First off, I don't even care that the Keenan Cole touchdown wasn't a touchdown. And that's also some bullshit. Let's go over that first. I don't
Yeah, I didn't
care.
see that. I haven't even seen that yet.
I don't care what time of day it is or what time the game is. Every single one of them should have the same amount of cameras. Just buy 64 more cameras, put one right down the line and of the end zone and right down the line of the fucking back of the end zone. That's all you need, and no one will complain.
Yeah, they just. I still don't.
I don't get
as
it.
Big,
I
I've
really.
probably talked
Well,
about
you
it
need
already.
more than 64, but
As much as we talk, I think we've talked about it already. Like NFL is literally the biggest sports in the United States, and it seems to be the furthest behind as far as technology goes, being included in the game to make it better, make decisions right, and make them right the first time instead of having these long ass reviews that half the time I feel like are not even right because these refs are so just stiff about their calls and they don't want to admit that they're wrong, which is something else we should get into
Right.
later about another
that's
game.
yeah. But they should have a tracking system. I think it's like the Hawk system or something that tennis uses
Mm-hmm.
to see if the ball is.
cool.
Are you kidding me? It's a tennis ball. If you can measure how close a tennis ball is to out of bounds and like that little tiny bits on the white line, you can do that for someone's foot.
Do you see what they do?
Come on.
what they did in the World Cup for when they were looking at offside, and I guess they can do it in all of soccer. They literally have
Oh
like a
yeah.
simulation of like a wall that they create where even if
Yes.
like an inch of a person goes beyond the other person. Thank you. I had Reagan bring me a beer. We love Reagan.
Hey.
Um,
We love Reagan. Hey, buddy, open that thing up. Open
yeah,
that thing up right now. I just opened mine up.
she
Oh, that's
shook
how I
it.
like to see it.
Um, but like that'd be so perfect for touchdowns because you can see if even just an inch went over, you can make the plane all the way up.
Right, right. They
So,
should. They could. They definitely have the money to do that. But cheers.
cheers, buddy. Happy
Fuck yeah. Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Um, there. There's no reason they should be able to do that. I mean, if slaves in Qatar could set all that up, we can get some highly trained workers to set all that up here in the U.S. for every single stadium.
Yeah, you can get it
I would like
all.
to do it. Maybe in the future that would be a specialty of mine. That would be really cool.
That would be very cool. I mean, there's
Take,
so many.
yeah.
They changed so many dumb things. Like, did you hear? Apparently, they might make roughing the passer reviewable next year. That seems stupid. Like
That's what I
smart but
heard.
stupid at the same time. It's going to be like it's going to make all these long reviews with things that probably aren't going to change.
Well, I just hope that it eliminates like people getting calls, like Brady getting calls. Specific quarterbacks, because a lot of them are bullshit.
Yeah, and other quarterbacks not getting calls. Like I'll be honest, they talked about it during the Eagles game when Eagles Bears game. Like
Hmm.
Justin Fields being upset that he wasn't getting a lot of calls because of he's like a running quarterback, and we dealt with that
Right.
back when we had Vic a lot. We got upset, and it's like it's true. A lot of those running quarterbacks they don't get those roughing the passer calls and stuff like that as much, and you know Brady's prissy ass gets it all the time.
He does. I don't know. I don't know what they would be able to do with that. Um, but it's like every time something controversial happens, this is always brought up and nothing's done about it.
Nope, never.
I don't get it. I just don't get it.
They
Um,
are the best at overcorrecting and the worst at correcting it the right way. That's just what they do.
yeah, yeah. But
But
yeah, the Patriots just fucking lost, and their dumbasses deserve to lose. I don't know what Ramondre Stevenson was thinking when he passed it back to Jacoby Myers, and I don't know what Jacoby Myers was thinking when he passed it back to Mac Jones
you
all the
know,
way across the field like that.
Mac Jones got the worst part of that whole deal. Like he doesn't deserve really much. He doesn't. I don't think he deserves any blame,
Hmm.
as he just got run over.
I mean, I was thinking about putting the picture in like right here, so
Like
I'll do that in post.
the poor guy just got run over. Had no shot whatsoever to tackle him. I think if you were to put the initial blame on anyone was Ramondre Stevens, or even you could go all the way back to what you've been talking about all year is the play calling. Why would you
Hmm.
not just kneel it if you're just going to run the ball?
Exactly. It's there were 3 seconds left, and it was 24-24. I don't get it. I really do not get it at all. Did he think there was more time than there was to like try to get out of bounds for Jacoby Myers, and Jacoby Myers just realized there wasn't any time, and he passed it back to Mac?
I mean,
I, I,
maybe,
I don't know why
but
he wouldn't just go down. I
I
don't
think
understand. I
I
don't
think
get
the
it at all.
second I think the second Ramondre Stevenson like lateraled it and Jacoby Myers got it, he's like, "Oh, this is what we're doing," and he was like, "I just got to find someone," and he just made it.
Yeah, I mean,
Not the
yeah,
not
but
the greatest throw, and that's usually
fuck.
a play that you guys are on the other end of. Like you guys were on the other end of that Colts fake punt. You were on the other end of the butt fumble, and like things are things are
I mean,
not
the
looking
Miami Miracle
great.
happened. People seem to
That's
have forgotten
true.
about that.
No, yeah, Miami Miracle happened, and but that's not like I guess yeah, having Gronk back there was a bit of a blunder,
That
but
is miraculous. I mean, for them to do that. I mean, that was more on them doing like something crazy. I mean, the Patriots also fucked up on that play, but they fucked up even more here.
so I want to ask you, where's like your you've got your in case of emergency brake blast for your panic button. Where is your where are you at with that as far as Bill Belichick and his decisions the past year
I will
as far
panic if
as
they don't fire Matt Patricia next year. If they go into next year with Matt Patricia, there is something fucking wrong. He has something on Robert Kraft or Bill Belichick. If they go into next season with either Joe Judge or Matt Patricia, it's not good.
because he hasn't
It's not
even
fucking good.
like usually, the big thing, especially during the Brady years, was you guys would, sign these free agents who were nothing, or you draft these late picks that turned into something. And Bill always seemed like a genius, and it doesn't seem like his talent evaluation has been that great the past couple of years. Like,
No,
do you?
I saw that. I think it was on. I think it was just on like Boston.com or like the. It was like one of the main Patriots like websites that's big in New England. They said that Belichick has been drafting smart players instead of he
Good
wants
players?
smart over talent.
Yeah.
And if there's not that big of a skill gap, if he thinks there's a large gap in how intelligent the player is, I guess how football smart they are. Let's
Yeah.
not go that far to say they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But and the talent, I don't know. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he's doing it. And maybe he's realizing now that that's not going to work. We need explosive players that are just athletic as fuck and that can just win one-on-one matchups constantly without scheming.
Yeah. I don't.
I don't. It's so frustrating at this point. I don't get why they won't change it, just to change it up, just to see if something else will work.
Now, considering
Because that's on Belichick. That's on Belichick not switching this whole shit up.
the run that you had as a Patriots fan for so long, would you take all that, take the 6 Super Bowls to never make the playoffs again the rest of your life? Would you take that as your blood money? Or would you...
Yeah,
I figured
probably.
most Pats fans would probably feel like that.
I mean,
but
that's what the Pirates franchise kind of started in. They won like, what, 3-4 championships in the 70s and 60s, and they haven't won since. Haven't even sniffed it since 92.
Yeah, no.
So,
I mean,
I don't know. It's a familiar feeling, so I feel like I would stay on board with the Patriots.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, no one wants to...
Even if they don't make the playoffs. Well, I think they'll make the playoffs, obviously, but maybe not make the Super Bowl.
It is funny because you could have
for a little bit.
possibly 2 divisions this year. Divisions? Yeah, 2 divisions that could have 3 teams in the playoffs, and 1 from each conference.
What? Wait, hold on. What was divisions? Were you questioning if
Yeah,
that
I
was
get
the right
sometimes
word?
I mix up the division and conference. Like, I don't know. So every so often I got to think about it.
Oh, I thought you were like searching for the right plural
No.
of division.
I was like,
Divisions?
No.
Is that right?
so you could get
Divisi?
as of right now, you could have 3 teams and it looks like almost solidly 3 teams from the NFC East, and then the AFC East. There's a possibility you could get 3 in. I think the Bills are pretty much locked in at this point, and the Dolphins they're not locked in, but you would hope. I think the rest of their games are not that hard after this one. They play the
Right.
Who do they play this week? It's not
Easy,
but it's... Oh. They play the Steelers, so... No, not the Steelers. Who the fuck is it?
Wait,
This
are you
week.
talking about this
The-
week?
who
What
the
are you talking
Dolphins
about?
play this week?
The Dolphins play the... Actually, I don't know. They're not in my parlay this
so it
week.
doesn't matter.
The Steelers are playing the Raiders.
Oh, okay. But that doesn't...
Chiefs, Seahawks, Bears, Bills, Patriots, Bengals, and Browns, Saints, and then Jets, Jaguars from last night.
Yes, that was... I didn't even watch that game. Went to bed.
I watched it because I was like, I made a drunk bet on Wednesday night. I put $50 on the Jags money line. I was like, Zach Wilson starting.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
It's a pretty good bet. I mean, 100 back,
Pretty
not
easy
bad.
to... Yeah, I don't know why. The Jets suck, and Zach Wilson is very, very bad. Very bad.
Yeah, and it was raining pretty bad yesterday.
The Jags.
Yesterday was worse weather-wise than I think
The
today
Jags
will
are
be,
actually
but
looking pretty damn good right now, and Trevor Lawrence is really kind of coming into form. They could possibly be a playoff team. There's a possibility
Yep.
that they get in, and I'm kind of excited for them. They're a pretty exciting
After
team to watch.
after weeks 13, they had like a 7% chance to make the playoffs. Now they have like a 52% chance. I think they'll do well if they can hold on to the damn ball. I mean, I know it was shitty weather last night, but God, it was just slipping all
I didn't
over
even
the
look
place.
and see how many points Travis Etienne got me yet. I didn't even look. Which I'm
I
pretty
don't think
sure
he
I'm
had
gonna.
many because Lawrence Lawrence snuck it in from the one.
No, not 14 points, and Evan Ingram had 18. My
Oh, that's
tight end.
not
I
bad.
forgot I had Evan Ingram. Wow.
Oh, you were the ones that one of the ones
Yeah,
that
I
started
scooped him up.
Oh,
He's
you
been
son
really
of a
good the
bitch.
past couple weeks.
Well, that makes up for me not dropping Joe
Yeah.
Mixon for you.
Yeah.
I couldn't trade him directly to you, so I was like, I don't want to risk him just like
Yeah, we
me dropping him and then someone else picking him up. And
did
I
not
don't know.
conspire. We thought about it. We thought about conspiring, but we didn't. So it was good on us. We decided to be good sportsmen, and
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily out of it. Corey was up by 20 after last week. He's just got a really fucking good team, but Jalen Hurts is his quarterback. Who's officially yesterday not playing this weekend.
Oh yeah, Gardner
So
Minshew starting.
I thought
Who's going down to Dallas to rip
this
it up?
would make me not care about this game as much, but it somehow made me care about it more because initially it was like, obviously Eagles Cowboys, but it was a Jalen Hurts Micah Parsons thing for me. Like I want Jalen Hurts to shove it in Micah Parsons' face. Now I want to laugh my fucking ass off that we beat their asses with Gardner Minshew.
That would be. I'm more excited to watch this game with Gardner Minshew starting. I really am.
You people hear this wind? I don't know if you people.
No, I
I
couldn't.
don't know if
I couldn't
people
hear it
can
at
hear
all.
the wind. Also, I just want to put. I've split my screen so I can watch the levels while we're doing this. I'm messing with it. I'm sorry if it goes up and down, people. It's so I just want to put it in a warning, because we want to make sure we get this all good. So.
I'll try to touch it up afterwards, like I did last time. It's all good.
Like jumping up and down,
but
I'm very excited to once again ruin Christmas Eve tomorrow.
Last thing I want to talk about NFL. Matt Ryan's a big old loser.
Yeah, that happened.
Matt Ryan is the biggest
That
loser.
game happened. Started not too long after we recorded last week.
It didn't. No, and by the time we ended, it was like, I think it was like 17-0 in the first quarter, Colts or something like that. And then it was 30-0, and then 33-0 at halftime. What happened?
Kirk Thuggins happened.
Kirk fucking Thuggins. I started watching it when it was 36-28.
Well, I think, like I said,
I watched them tie it up.
Reagan's sisters were there to visit. So we went down to the outlets and everything and went shopping pretty much from 12 to like almost 5 or 6 o'clock. So we were out all day. And the first two games, I was like, I don't really have any interest in them. Like, I don't mind missing them. And I was out, and when it was 33-0, I was upset I didn't get to watch it so I could laugh at the Vikings because I tweeted LOL Vikings. And for a second, I was like, nah, maybe I shouldn't tweet this out because, like, what if they come back? And then I was like, it's 33-0. It's not happening. And then sure enough, I'm like, you're texting me. You're like, oh, my God. And Shane's texting me. And I look, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way these motherfuckers do this shit. And, like...
It didn't end until like 5:30.
I know. I think you said you had something to say about the Vikings. I don't think they're that good, and I think I don't. They're not a Super Bowl team. I don't think, but they are just one of those teams that have found.
No, so
they've found a way to win all their games this year somehow, and in the end, it doesn't really matter about point differential and how much you win by. Honestly, it just matters that you can win. So they still do kind of scare me as a playoff team, even though a lot of people, I don't know. I don't know what to think about them.
So I feel like they're more like the Giants than they are the Bills or something, which is what after I tweeted, the Vikings are doing this. They did it. And then I said, they're still bad though. I tweeted that. One of my buddies is a Vikings fan. So he had something to say. Oh my God. Let's see here. Jordan, I'm going to link this to you.
Their defense.
You got to watch it.
I mean, I don't think their defense is good. Like, they just get points put up on them.
He said, yeah. He said, don't think a bad team would be able to complete that comeback, pal.
Yeah, that'd probably be.
I said, they're playing the Colts with a QB that it has happened to before. Don't lie to yourself.
That would probably, to be honest, I'll be honest here, that would probably be my response if it was the Eagles in that situation. But it is, those Colts are not a very good team. They are really, really bad. They might be worse than the Texans, which.
So, and then he said, so the comeback of lesser proportions against the Bills was just lucky then?
Yes.
And I said,
Yes,
I mean,
that
yes.
was absolutely lucky.
Without that Justin Jefferson catch, it would never have happened. That was super lucky.
You had the Justin Jefferson catch. You had the fucking Josh Allen fumble. You had so many things that I mean, yeah, that was very lucky. That game should never even went into overtime.
Right. And then after I said, I mean, yes, he said, so is beating you?
No.
I said, no, the Pats are bad.
NFL fans are so dumb. We are so dumb. All sports fans, we are so dumb because we love our teams so much, and we will come up with the most irrational takes to defend our teams, even if we know in our heart of hearts that they are so wrong and our teams are bad. We will still hold on to that. I held on to Carson Wentz for way too long. Reagan tried to tell me, and I just kept holding on to him. And
I'll keep holding on.
Keep holding on for dear life, like we're riding a bull. And sometimes we're really good at riding the bull, and then sometimes it just kicks us off real goddamn hard. And I think that bull that bull is named the playoffs, and it's gonna kick the Vikings right in the face.
I think it will, and I have some stats to go over here after this. But he texted me afterwards. He was like, "Hey man, you had me heated. Mac Jones is a bitch though." Oh, fucking love you, Jordan. Love it.
Oh, I don't.
But yeah, they're the team you want to draw.
Yeah, and I think that's some people speculated that's kind of why the Eagles aren't playing Jalen Hurts, is because, well, one, if he's even a little bit hurt, I don't mind not playing him because.
No, yeah, you don't want to mess with this fucking shoulder.
It's a non-throwing shoulder, but still, yeah. You saw how non-throwing shoulder.
Yeah,
Baker's not that good, but it really did affect him last year because that was his injury. So, I'm fine with resting him. We're safely in the playoffs, and they were saying that if the Cowboys win this week, that makes them the 5th seed, so they would end up drawing like the 49ers or who's the other team? Someone else that's better, and then we'd end up with an easier. We'd end up with an easier draw in the playoffs. Is basically what I'm trying to say, and the Cowboys would end up with a harder draw.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think it's a little bit too early to do that. Still with like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't
left?
know what exactly it is. I'm perfectly fine with. I know Cowboys fans are gonna say you're scared to play Hurts against us or something. It's like, well, we played him at first, and he's still playing the same. I know you had Andy Dalton, but your defense isn't any different. And I really don't think their offense is that different with Andy Dalton either. Because Dak is not good. He's not good.
Mm-hmm. So the Vikings point differential is +2. So they're close to the Dolphins, who are 8-6 +1. Lions 7-7 +5. Raiders 6-8 +1, and then the Jags 6-8 +6. Well, they won last night, so they're 7-8 plus. Well, they won by 16, so they're +22 now. But they are extremely lucky to be 11-3. 10 of their 11 wins were decided by one score,
and against not very good teams.
And all three of their losses came from the Eagles, Cowboys, and Lions by a combined score of 98-33.
They got blown out by all of them.
Let's say the Cowboys only scored 10 points. That's still 68-33 deficit. That's crazy.
Insane.
Every single NFC contender playoff team will be able to do what the Cowboys
Yeah,
did to
they
the
barely
Vikings.
beat the Commanders. Then the Commanders couldn't end up in the playoffs. I don't know if the Giants played them yet, did they?
They did. The Giants won.
Did the Giants play the Vikings because they played all of the NFC East.
Oh, no. I think they play today or no,
Oh,
I mean
okay. So
tomorrow.
we'll see how
I
that
think they play
goes.
tomorrow.
Like, where is it? Yeah, they
I
play
think that was
tomorrow.
like one of the games that I stayed away from because I was like, I really don't want to. I
Yeah, the
don't want to
Giants
pick
are
this
one of
game.
those frisky teams. That's always fun when you get to the end of the year in the NFL when you have a lot of bad teams, but you have some teams that are frisky bad. Like the Texans are really bad. They're almost tanking
Right.
in the perfect way where they're showing signs with some of their young talent like Damian Pierce and stuff like that, but they're just losing and they're just
Mm-hmm.
bad. But then you got teams like the Bears who are like real
Yeah.
frisky. Like they could actually give you a bit of a scare. And I'll admit for a while I was scared for a little bit for a while there in our game. It was quite cold and they were just I don't know what was going
Yeah,
on.
that's what Hurt said. His hands were
Yeah,
going numb. He was like, the Chicago
it
cold's
is.
just
It
different.
gets real windy out there. So that's why they call it bear weather, man.
Dude, so it's going to be it feels like -11 at
I love it.
kickoff tomorrow.
That's awesome.
-11. -9 for the Browns game, -6 for the Chiefs game, and then -4 for the Steelers game. I took the unders for all
Why
of them.
not?
Fuck it.
Why not?
The lowest one is 32.5, and that's Saints Browns. It's the Saints out of the dome and
Yeah.
the Browns.
This
They're not
Deshaun
gonna
Watson
score
thing's
30.
not going well so far.
It really isn't. No, it's
I
going
think
really bad for them, which I'm kind of
Yeah,
happy about.
I think most people would have to be. You as just a human, you kind of have to be happy that it's not going well.
Mhm.
I think you'll truly see who the Browns are next year, because like we talked about at the beginning of the season, he hasn't really
Yeah,
played
right.
football in 2 years by the time he played like at all. So we'll see how it goes.
I think it is good to throw him out there and to not and just to let him
yeah,
start and
because
not
then it's
bench him.
almost 3 years at that point.
If
Yeah,
you're just talking football,
exactly.
go ahead.
Why
You know.
not?
But
No, I like when it gets these cold weather.
last
games.
thing. Yeah, right. NFL Sunday tickets
I'm
coming
so
to
happy
YouTube
about
next year.
that. All the old fucks are mad. Suck a dick.
Oh, I need to use my dish. It was the only benefit of DirecTV.
sucks.
Fuck off.
DirecTV is so bad.
And now everyone's like, "Oh, with YouTube TV, there's going to be a 20-second delay. I won't be able to live bet." Shut the fuck
if you're
up.
if you're really live betting
cares?
that much,
Who cares?
that's an issue. Like I will live bet sometimes, but it is not. It's
It
not
is.
usually the greatest thing to do. I'd say more often than not.
No, it's
Yes,
when you're down
that's
bad.
when I always do it, and I always lose even more. Like sometimes you want to. Sometimes there's people who they're just addicted to the plus sign. So like there are people that definitely bet on the Vikings. Excuse me. When they were down 33,
Ooh.
and they got a great money line bet, but those odds weren't going to change that fast. So
Right.
I don't know. They'll probably
I mean,
figure it out too.
I would definitely. Right. Well, I mean, why not throw $5 on
Mhm.
that at halftime when it's 33-0? You know, I mean, in that sense, it kind of
those
makes
like
sense.
that.
But if you're just doing it to try to chase, as you refer to it as, it's bad.
Plus,
Yeah, that's why I'll never bet on fucking college basketball.
college basketball's fun, and not right now. It's hard. Like right in the middle of the season, it's
Nope.
hard now.
Nope. I mean, yeah, Eastern Illinois is why I will never bet on
Why would you
college
bet on
basketball
Eastern
ever.
Illinois?
They were 31.5 point underdogs, and they won. They fucking
Who are they
won.
31.5 underdogs to?
Iowa.
I mean, it's.
I can't. I thought you
No,
would have seen this.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't write it down.
It's very crazy this year. There's no like one definitive or
Right.
honestly even a definitive top four. Really, like, Houston's definitely one of them, and I think Connecticut's pretty good as well. But it's going to be very interesting this year. I'm very excited for March Madness to come around.
So 30-point underdogs were 0 for 558 all time. Now 1 in 558.
UMBC when
Dumb.
they won,
Rigged.
when they beat Virginia in the first round, they weren't more than 30-point underdogs. That's surprising. They might have.
Nope.
You're right. They might have been.
Nope.
Yeah, those spreads are usually somewhere in the 20s. That's wow.
In the tournament, I think that's a little bit different.
Tournament, it's
Eastern Illinois is not a
but
tournament
usually
team.
those 1 in 16 spreads are pretty big, but I don't know if even I've in the past couple of years when I've been betting March Madness, I don't think I've ever seen 30. Usually, like it was
That
like
seems
I
huge.
forget who it was. It was like North Texas or someone in Gonzaga when they were like undefeated. That even that was only like a 26-point spread. So, yeah, I know.
Jesus. Yeah, it was against Iowa.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
wild. There's
They won 92 to
there's some
83.
good teams, like some name brand teams that are losing games. That's like, how are you losing this? Like, I think Penn State is even like pretty
That's
good
insane.
at basketball this year, which is not
Yeah, who they upset someone.
Illinois.
I can't remember who it was.
I watched that game.
Right.
I actually,
Illinois is pulling off the upsets in the
I
opposite ways.
bet Illinois on that one because I was like, Penn State's not good and Illinois is really good, and Penn State like killed them, absolutely murdered them.
Right. Well, haven't they been making the what is
The
it, the
NIT.
NIL tournament or something?
Yeah,
The
they
NIT
made it
tournament.
the past couple.
Sorry, I have NIL on my mind.
They made the NIT. I don't know if they did last year, but they won it 2 years ago. I know that. But they're not like it's very much a football school, not a basketball school. But they've got
Right.
They've got a couple.
Right.
I've watched a couple of their games, and they've got some ballers.
I think they're more of a hockey school than they are a
Yes,
basketball school.
That place gets jumping. I haven't been there. It's one thing I really want to do. That place gets loud, apparently, for college hockey, which is really cool.
Damn. Yeah, that would be really. I love going to hockey games. Hockey is one of the most
best
exciting
life.
sports to watch.
Yes,
I mean, period.
There's no
First off,
I
like
don't
we've
know
said
about,
before,
like,
playoff hockey is the best
don't know if
playoff
you
hockey.
count
The
it, but
best
I don't know
playoff
about
sport.
like UFC or boxing. I imagine that's pretty cool live. But hockey is the one thing that like I think I'd say a lot of sports. Sometimes the higher up you go, the better. Hockey, the higher up you go, it's way better. Like being on the glass is cool, and it's probably it's best if you're
Right.
like behind the net. If you're anywhere else, like you can't see half the game that's being played. If you're up top,
Mhm.
like especially after playing hockey, being up top is like my favorite because you can just really see everything develop. But if you don't know hockey and you haven't watched hockey, I can see where it gets very confusing for people. Like you just develop a sense, like
Right.
probably in the same as watching, like even baseball or football. Like say with baseball, where the ball goes off the bat, someone who watches baseball a lot can kind of tell. Like there was a lot of pop flies during the playoffs last year that I was like, that's a home run. And you are probably like, no, that's out. And hockey, I just kind of
Like, oh yeah, that was like I could tell like if it was hit
hockey,
weak
I
or
can kind of tell when like a shot goes wide or something. I can just figure out where the puck went very quickly just by instinct. But
Right,
like
right,
Reagan,
right.
I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told him. I had Reagan one time when we were watching. She's like, I just lose the puck. I was like, I want you to tell me when you lose the puck. And they took a shot, and she goes, there. I have no idea where it is. And I was like, okay, I get that. I get where people might lose it now.
So yeah, I trained my eyes real well when I was growing up. We had the TV with like the little ridges in it, so it wasn't HD. So following the puck was pretty fucking hard. So I feel like I got
I
good
don't
practice.
know if we were old enough to even know this. Did you know about when they used to do after like the puck went over a certain mileage per hour, they'd have the laser behind it, like the red streak to follow it, so people could follow.
No, I
If
don't
you watch
remember that. That's
no,
cool.
it's horrible. If you watch some YouTube videos of it, every
really?
hockey person that talks about it is like, this is terrible.
Does it just like burn the TV
No,
up
just,
or what?
like, I think it was just so like fat and just took so much of the screen or something. Like it was just so out of place. Like it just didn't make sense.
It looked a
Yeah,
little
just was like,
chaotic.
this is weird.
That's weird.
But it's yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean by sitting close is a little weird because my mom used to work with someone who had season tickets to the Hershey Bears game, and we went and they were right in the corner, right behind the net, and it was really cool when they were on that side of the rink. But when they were far away, you're kind of like,
Like if
Yeah, I think it's happening.
like if you're on the
Things are going
side, say
on.
like you're right next to like the bench, and the net's there. Once they're like on the other side, on the same side as you, you don't know what the fuck's going on. You almost have to look up at the thing and see what's going on. So that's one of those.
Yeah. Looking up.
I've heard from people that one of the best live experiences too is courtside at an NBA game. But I don't know if either of us are ever going to be rich enough to experience that.
Maybe. Who knows?
One day, when Hoagies and Pierogis is on the moon.
Maybe after Pittsburgh gets a basketball team.
Then the tickets are
which will
cheap as fuck.
probably never happen.
Shane's going to the Steelers game this weekend. He's in like the nosebleeds. It's like $30 for it because there's this what's it called? Yeah, it's
because
like
it's gonna be
freezing.
fucking freezing.
He just sent me a text.
Like I wouldn't. Oh my god, that would be horrible.
He sent me a thing. It's on Ticketmaster for section 553 at Heinz Field. It's $9 now because it's gonna be so fucking cold.
Wow,
not good.
Yet real feel of -4 is fucking
Shane
stupid.
just texted me yesterday. He goes, I just squatted for the first time yesterday, and I'm like so sore and all this, and I was like, wait till 2 days when you're really stiff. And he's like, oh, perfect time for me to go sit in the coldest game of the year. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna be frozen solid at that game. You're like, your muscles are not gonna move. You're gonna be like, you're gonna have to crack your legs out of the ice. They're gonna be so cold.
Speaking of squatting, it's been a while since I've used a squatty potty.
Those things are a miracle worker, I will say. They really slide right out.
JP, I'm coming to your house just to shit. My friend gets one for every one of my friends that gets married. It's his wedding gift.
That's a cool thing. That's actually pretty cool to just decide like this is gonna be my thing. You just know what you're getting from him, and some people are probably like, yes, I'm finally getting the JP squatty potty.
And it would be nice to have a second one for the second bathroom.
There you go. You don't have to.
So you can never have too many squatty potties.
No. I was actually during my finals week, I think I was so stressed. I was like kind of constipated. So I was sitting on the toilet and I brought the chair, one of my like kitchen chairs in there to try and do a makeshift squatty potty. My legs were like this. And I was like, I don't think this is right. I was like, I think I'm just going to end up shitting on the floor if I do this. I'm just going to completely, I was like, this is not the right position.
Speaking of squatty potties, I wish I could shit out as much money as Steve Cohen does.
That guy.
What happened? What happened with the Giants that they were, I want to know what came up on Correa's physical that made the Giants go, hold up.
I don't know.
And what made the Mets go, fuck yeah,
Steve
we'll
Cohen.
do it.
That's pocket change for him. That luxury tax, nothing. Did you see his one quote?
Well, I mean, about the you walk into the store, you buy
no, not that one.
Like a name brand. You want a name brand.
No, that's a good one too. But he apparently had a quote where he said, I've been dealing with big numbers my whole life. I'm not afraid of big numbers like that. And I was like, dude, the Mets are in like such a upside down basically world for them right now. It's like everything's a complete opposite. They're spending money like the Yankees. They're getting free agents like the Yankees, and the Yankees are like getting some people, but not really. Did they get
right?
Rodon?
This is insane.
No, who did?
Okay, yeah, they just got they got Rodon.
That's another big free agent signing that we just had too.
I mean, yeah, but still, like, what? I don't
more hitters.
Get it. I don't get it. Now, Eduardo Escobar is the best utility man ever, maybe, for the Mets. He was their starting third baseman. Now he can just play anywhere, and he'll be fucking great wherever you put him. And he'll still play every day because he can, like, take guys off days and shit. They have so much depth now. It's stupid.
I mean,
it's so
basically
dumb.
what won the Astros their World Series this year and got them there the past couple of years. They were so deep, like 1 through 9, you were scared of. Like
right.
After 4 or 5 for the Phillies,
but it didn't take them.
You weren't scared.
Yeah, it didn't take them $500 million to get there.
They developed a lot of that talent, which is very good for them. But Hey, I mean, Cohen basically
Right.
once he built the team, he pretty much said like we're into win mode now immediately.
Yeah, and he wants to win one for his
Yep.
dad. So, yeah, I mean that's an awesome reason. And this, I think, this will this is what's really going to bring about change. Not the people that are not spending any money. The one guy that'll spend way too much and be like and price
Mm-hmm.
everyone out. The other owners are mad. They do not like this.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Wow. Yeah. It's been a while since you've done that fucking noise. But they are apparently they had like a silent agreement to not spend more than $300 million. That no owner spends more than $300 million, and that's fucking collusion. And even the owner that was interviewed about it, I don't know, he obviously chose to remain anonymous, said, "This isn't collusion, but there will be consequences for this in the future." Like, what?
They're like a baseball mob. They're gonna put out a mob.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like, and like Rob Manfred's just the figurehead that just sits there and does fucking nothing while the owners do everything.
Exactly what Roger Goodell does, just a punching bag for the owners, or just a
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
their hands are so far up his ass.
Manfred is so much worse than
I
Goodell.
wouldn't even
It's crazy.
say like I think people
It's so
hate Goodell
bad.
a lot. I don't think he's that terrible. He's not the greatest. I mean, who is it? The NBA
Right.
Sterling, Donald Sterling, I think his name is. He's by far the best commissioner. And then you could Manfred's probably the lowest, but
Right.
people hate Bettman too for the NHL.
For the NHL, yeah,
oh
he's
my God,
he's
they boo
pretty
the
bad
fuck
too.
out of him when he presents the
But
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, since it's the NHL, no
No,
one really
no.
knows.
I think Roger's just a goob. Or yeah, Roger Goodell. Did you see? He's a black uncle. His
What?
nephew was playing in I think the Celebration Bowl it was on Jackson State.
That just wait that was really aggressive.
What? He's a black uncle.
I don't understand what that. I don't get that.
He's got
What?
a black nephew.
I thought he was white.
No,
too.
no. His nephew went to Jackson State. If you saw the pictures, yeah. I guess it's his. Well, clearly his nephew, but yeah.
Well, there are other white kids on the
Yeah,
Jackson State team.
That decision, Dion. Come on, you're gonna throw it to the white tight end to try and win the game there. Come on, man.
That's why he left for Colorado. Well, guess what, Dion? There's a whole bunch of whites out there.
Did you see he? I guess he did an interview with Shannon Sharp and he revealed his missing toes. Did you know he had 2 toes removed? Yeah.
No. From diabetes?
He had diabetes. I don't know if he has diabetes, but I don't think that's. He had clots or something in his legs last year. Like he was really sick last year, and he said it went from they were going to have to amputate from below the knee down because of the clots to then he almost died because of the clots to then just having to
Holy
amputate
shit.
2 toes. And he was like, I'll take those 2 toes just fine. Yeah,
Well,
you didn't know about all
goddamn.
this last year.
I mean,
I
no, I didn't. I haven't heard about this.
I don't know if I would have known as much, but he
didn't look it up.
Works for Barstool, so of course I know. But they did a documentary about his 2 seasons. Like they did almost like a what's it called, Hard Knocks for his first 2 seasons at Jackson State. Last year, yeah, he got sick and
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's what happened. Lost 2 toes. I know.
Fuck. That's
Also,
terrifying.
I just like Sam.
Sorry,
excited
sorry,
for him in
Dion.
Buffalo next year. That's gonna be fun. I'm in Colorado. Colorado might automatically be in the mix with the transport portal.
Colorado Buffaloes, the Colorado
Ralphie?
Buffaloes.
Ugh, love me some Ralphie. Yeah, the Buffalo
Ralphie?
that they run out there. Yeah.
No, that's his name. I thought you were talking about A
No,
Christmas
no.
Story.
Fuck that little.
Which I will be watching the Christmas Story and the Christmas Story
There's a Christmas story.
right after it. There's like a follow up to it. It's a sequel on HBO.
God,
Yeah.
that sounds awful.
I mean, it'll probably be awful, but the first one's so good that I'm willing to
I
give
just
it a
watched
chance.
Home Alone 1 and 2 recently for the first, not like the first time, but the first time in a while. Those are really fucking funny.
They're so good, right? They hold up
It's just like
really good.
typical like slapstick comedy almost, just like people falling and getting hit.
Right.
But man, as a dude, that
Yeah.
that is never not funny.
In like creative, like Rube Goldberg
yeah.
ways. Yeah.
So fucking funny. I was dying laughing. I didn't want to watch it, but Reagan's sister wanted to, and I was like, all right, fine.
You mean
I
you
don't
didn't
know.
want to watch? I will always
I don't
sit
know.
down.
Like, I hadn't seen it in a long, and I'm not like a big rewatch kind of guy. Like I have to really like something to rewatch.
I'm not
it.
either. I really am not either.
I will
Absolutely
rewatch
not.
this all the time because I haven't seen it as a kid and I didn't really appreciate it. But now I'm like, this is hysterical. Just dudes slipping on ice, always funny.
Getting hit in the face with an iron,
hitting the nuts, all that stuff. Stepping on a nail.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal, and keep the change. It's so good. It is so
Loved
good.
it.
But I think Christmas Story is my favorite movie still.
Boy.
Elf might be 2. I think Home Alone's 3.
Santa Claus. We watched the Santa Claus last night. That's a good one. I didn't realize. Maybe I was just hyper analyzing, but Santa Claus is just really sad for most of the movie. Yeah, it's like as he's becoming Santa Claus, he's just slowly basically losing custody of his child.
Yeah, like what? It is sad. It's
and then they finally like
sad.
take away visitations.
That's Tim Allen comedy for you.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, Reagan, this movie is actually just really sad. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking about it too much. But like, from the second he came back from like to the North Pole, this has really just been sad the whole time.
It's a
fat,
good movie,
gray, and loses his child.
It's a little bit too sad for me. Yeah, and he has to move to the North Pole. Oh, you're Santa now. You killed him. You're Santa now.
Also, there's
Fuck
a
you.
giant.
That's his life. That's his life
There's
imprisonment.
a giant plot hole to
for
all
killing
these
him.
things, which I thought about. Is like, all right, so yeah, Santa Claus is real. All the kids believe in Santa Claus. The adults don't. Santa Claus is bringing the presents, but all the adults that don't believe in Santa Claus are buying the kids presents, probably labeling from Santa Claus. Well, are they surprised when these other presents show up from Santa? That's where I'm like, that's kind of a big plot hole there, and I just kind of mind fucked myself with
that. Right, and someone on the fucking Real Ass podcast with Louis J. Gomez suggested that there be a movie about how the Santa got cloned and that there are mall Santas. So if your kid starts to ask about mall Santas and like, why is there one at this mall and this mall, you just show them the movie and be like, watch this.
Reagan told me yesterday too.
So someone needs to make it so parents have less of a child.
Well, Reagan said yesterday, she was like, I'm so upset that we have to live in an age where we're going to have to do Elf on a Shelf. And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, we don't.
What?
She's like, yeah, but everyone does it. And I was like, well, we won't. She's like, well, what are they going to do when they go to school and say, what did your elf do? And I'm going to say, we don't have a fucking elf. Our religion doesn't believe in it. We don't have one. We don't have a specific one, but
it's
our
never been a thing.
The Hammond
here
family
either.
religion, no elf on the shelf. I'm not moving a fucking little doll every other day.
No, and that's creepy as fuck. Like what?
That's just encouraging.
That's weird. You want to
if I have a
freak
daughter,
him out?
that's just going to put the idea in my daughter's head in the future that it's okay for a small little man to be in a different spot watching over her all the time. No, I want her to know that if anyone does that, you fucking call the police, go outside, kick him in the dick, and then run back inside, and then file a restraining order.
Or give her the delusion that her toys are alive. This isn't Toy Story.
I mean, well, hey, Toy Story gave us that delusion. I was always kind of like, I'm watching.
No, it didn't.
I'm watching you, Batman.
You just hear "Let it rip" out of nowhere. You're zzz.
Love.
It's just rotating like crazy. I used to like building them,
mix and
like
match.
you know. Oh god, that was fun.
Even pretty damn good. You ever?
It was for a little bit. Then I was like, all right, I think it's more fun building them.
You ever go back and watch some of our childhood cartoons? Like some of them are really good, but you ever go back and watch the first like season of Pokemon?
Yeah.
Ash doesn't earn a single badge, like physically earn one in battle until like the 6th gym. Like one he literally just earns because like he just like cried all but. And then another one he helps someone. They're like, here's the badge. And it's like you just lost the gym leader. You don't get the badge. You bitch. And now, did you see?
And it's like long-winded, and it'll go back from like seeing Charmander on the rock to like Ash thinking about him, back to Charmander on the rock, back to a flashback about Charmander, back to Ash thinking about
this
him.
year, after this, Shane and I somewhat keep up with the shows now. No more Ash. Ash is done. His story of Pokemon's over. They're going to a different dude.
Yep, because the voice actor moved on as well. It's a chick. It's a hot
and
chick.
She didn't start till I think it was 2007 or something. So the one from like the original series is not the same as like the from like Hoenn on for any of those other Pokemon nerds
Right.
out there.
Right.
You know what Hoenn is?
You could say she's hoeing on in her next life.
That might have to clip that one for compare that with my sheep joke last week.
No. That was way more. Oh, no. Shut up. That's not. Nope. That was way more clever. Shut the fuck up. I'm not even going to give that to you at all.
We'll let the people decide. They'll decide on me. Mine was pretty bad.
Stop it.
Fleeced.
I mean, yeah, it was corny, but it wasn't.
Yeah, mine was like, you could see where I was going from the second I started it.
I don't know if anyone's made that Hoenn joke before, you know?
That was pretty good.
I guarantee you someone's made that fucking fleeced joke before, so shut the fuck up, RJ. Oh, my God. Another bit that we were going to do was the NIL. That's what I meant earlier by I had NIL on my mind. Was Dabo saying, yeah. we have a different meaning for NIL.
Clemson should just change their fucking mascot name. They should just become. They should just become. They should just become the Clemson Dabos, because Dabo. I've never seen a coach make everything more about himself than Dabo does. He sprints out in front of the entire team before every game. He's like, "Look at me, I'm Dabo. I'm running in front of everyone full speed. I still got it." He's always doing this stupid shit with NIL. He said if the players ever got played, he would quit. Hey, Dabo, they're getting paid now. You didn't quit. We should fucking hold him to the fire. You should quit. Also, I hate that coaches, like I get most of these Southern coaches are like, yes, they're probably religious, but before this NIL stuff, they were doing some shady backdoor shit all the time and then going out there and praising Jesus. That's not a very Christian of you, bitch. All right? So I hate when they do
He's got this whole Bible Baptist
that's
thing
going
going
one of
on.
the things that I hate when they do that. They do all this stuff and they're like, "Oh, that's just the way God intended it." And it's like, "Well, no, you intended it when you ordered those hookers so you could get that recruit to come." I don't think Jesus had anything to do with
Yeah, we
that.
use NIL, God's name, image, and likeness. And I was like, are you? At first, I had to confirm it was real.
I thought when he was going through that, when he was saying like, "Oh, we've already kind of been doing that," I thought he was going to be like, "Yeah, guys, we have been paying people the whole time. No shit, you all
had
knew
us
it."
in the first
and
half,
then he
not
said,
gonna lie.
"God's name, image, and likeness," and I was like, "Oh my God, there goes Pastor
I think I put
D.
my hands in my fuck. I think I put my face in my hands. Yeah.
Shut the fuck
That was
up. I
so
don't
funny.
hear your shit. I hope Clemson goes back to sucking, even though I think this Cade Klubnik guy might actually be pretty good.
Who?
They're starting quarterback now since DJ is going to be gone. Cade Klubnik was their backup. I think he was a freshman this year.
DJ Ugly Ukulele. That guy.
Oh God, yeah, that last name's Uyunglele, I think is how it's said. Yeah.
Uyunglele. I thought that's what it was.
Yeah, they got those tough names.
I
know it's so hard. You try so
I don't
hard.
know. Yeah.
And then you only get so far. But in the end, it never really matters. Sometimes you have to fall
so hard
before you lose it all.
Lincoln Park. You know what? I guess while we're here, rip Franco Harris.
Yeah, man. Someone else just died yesterday too.
Today.
What is going on this year, man?
Yeah, today's the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception. Tomorrow, they were going to retire his jersey at halftime.
Fun fact: the Immaculate Reception was the first points the Steelers ever scored in a playoff game.
Oh, that is a good one. That is what brought.
I know you
to
think of the Steelers being such a winning franchise and everything. Before that, they were not good. They were very, very bad. And now they've had a sustained couple decades of success, and there's obviously been a thing. But yeah, we lost. People forget now. Bill Russell was this year too.
Bill Russell was this year. Yep, Mike
so
Leach.
Many sports legends this year, and just big sports personalities. And it's I know it probably does happen every year, but it seems like such very big names that you weren't ready for, and probably a lot of people took the city of Pittsburgh. It's probably in shambles, but also
his statue's in the airport.
The Steelers. I don't know why some of these teams wait so long to retire these guys' jerseys. Where you're kind of tempting fate. His jersey should have been retired.
Well,
a long time.
I mean,
I don't know if there's a process for them, but
someone brought it up at the bar yesterday. They were like, the Steelers, they don't really do that. I mean, neither do the Raiders, and that's kind of cool that they're playing the Raiders. Do historic franchises. I think that would be cool.
True.
That would have been cool for.
It's
Franco
just
Harris.
I don't know, when there's such iconic moments that are there for your team. I don't know. If you knew you were probably going to do it at some point, just do it. But I don't necessarily blame them. That's not they should. I think they should have done it, but it's not oh well, you fucked up because he died. You didn't necessarily know that was going to happen.
Right, exactly. How could they have planned that? Right. I mean, he was 72.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Once you start to pass 60, you're starting to kind of tempt fate there.
Oh, 60.
Well, I'd say.
Maybe me.
Some people, you'd be surprised. Some of these people that I see in the hospital who are quite young and not great, it's really bad. You'd be surprised too how many 97-year-olds I see walking around like they're 60. It's hysterical.
Oh, absolutely. My grandma's 78, and she's walking around she's still in her 40s.
Who was still
she's doing shit
license.
In crazy. It's awesome.
93-year-old who still had a license and was I would have guessed she was 50. 50s, honestly.
Yeah, she has one.
No,
but
she didn't.
Did she deserve it? Did you see her drive there?
No, I didn't see her drive there, but I mean, she was well enough. She wasn't hard of hearing. Dead serious. I thought she was in her 50s before I looked when I first talked to her. That's how with it she was.
Oh yeah, the bathroom's down the hall and to the right. She goes left. Yeah, probably if you don't know left from right.
They should.
That's when it's about time to take
people
away your
retake
license.
them after a while or something. Get some type of test.
Dude, I was in I think fucking 11th grade. They were come up with new amendments for the Constitution, and one of mine was you need to get your driver's license retaken after you're 65, every every like couple of years.
Yeah,
I
you
think
really
it was.
should.
Of course, that's not really an amendment to the Constitution.
No, that's probably some
Yeah,
type
no.
of that probably impedes on one of the other constitutions or one of the other amendments. To be honest, somehow
Right.
that's
But
a violation on freedom of speech in some way.
it has. I mean, yeah,
Everything
it kind of
is.
has to be. So I would way rather be in a warm environment in Argentina, celebrating with everyone in the
That was
packed streets.
insane. Did you see that
That
Messi's post with like the World Cup trophy in his bed and drinking his yerba mate?
when he was sleeping with it. Yeah, the
It
yerba
is like the most liked thing on the internet ever. I think it probably has more than 70 million likes.
It passed the egg, and then it passed
The Ellen picture?
the some TikTok girl. I didn't.
Yeah, no, it's got so many million.
It is the most liked social media
It
post
might reach
ever.
billions. Like it's a pretty dope ass picture.
It's crazy. It's really good. Just the sea of people. When people start to look like water from above, that's insane.
Did you see the video of the?
And there's no like trouble or anything. Everyone's just super fucking happy.
Did you see the video of the whole group of people just like trying with all their might to get the fat guy on top of the one roof? Oh, I was
No, I didn't see that,
for
but
that guy's
oh my
life.
God.
He was hanging on for dear life. They're all pulling. It took them maybe like a full minute, and he was high enough up where like no one from below could like help push. They just had like fingers on him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you got to either be ready to catch, or these people upstairs really need to pull. And then he got up there finally, and his first move, it was just a typical like big guy move, which like after not swimming anymore, I probably do too. Just immediately pulling the shirt back down over top of his body. And then he was like, yeah,
That's funny.
Argentina.
Let's go. That was a great game that I slept all the way
It
through.
was an amazing game. Amazing.
Since it happened on Sunday.
We recorded before that even happened. Yeah, Argentina.
Yeah,
That's
because we
right. I didn't
recorded on
think that. Yeah,
Saturday.
Argentina, congratulations.
Yeah.
It was an incredible game. It was insane. So it was 2-0 with, I think it was like in the 70th minute, and Argentina was
right?
up 2-0. And Reagan was asking me about it, and I was like, yeah, it's probably just basically over at this point. And then Mbappe puts in, I think he puts in a goal. And then the second one, he gets a fucking free kick. I think he had 2 free kicks or something. But anyway, and then he ties it up. And I'm like, holy shit, no fucking way. So then I'm like, all right, this is crazy. Then it goes into extra time. Messi scores the go-ahead goal. And like an incredible go-ahead goal, an incredible sequence the whole way through. And I'm like, all right, Argentina's finally got it. And then sure enough, another free kick for Mbappe. And I'm like, on a freak kind of handball. And he scores, and I'm like, this is fucking insane. Just losing my mind. And then it goes...
I heard everyone cheering
crazy.
downstairs, and I was like,
And then it goes into penalty kicks. And I'll tell you what, that Argentinian goalie
I got something in my fucking
might
eye.
be the MVP. Well, it definitely was the MVP of those penalty kicks, not only for stopping them, but playing mind games basically with those French people, and just being great. And did you see also the graphic too? If the French won, most of France's national team are like African-born players. Like it's basically just
I didn't see that.
Cameroon, I think, just because they're like French-speaking African countries, and there's like ties to France and a lot of African countries. Yeah, a whole bunch.
So you have dual citizenship.
Yeah,
It's not just you have dual
Basically.
citizenship. It's not just you're from Cameroon and you're
Yeah,
playing for
no,
France.
but it's similar to the Olympics where like you don't need to be born in the country to have to play for it. Like, you can just
right. It's not like you have to be president of the country.
It's very interesting.
But all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I have something in my eye that's fucking annoying me.
This is a great episode.
Dude, this was a fucking great episode.
Flowed like me after my 16th beer going to the bathroom. Just a nice heavy stream going through easy, and just came out nice and easy and flowed real nice. And hopefully clear.
Alrighty, everybody. All right, everybody. Have a Merry
Christmas,
Christmas. This
everybody.
shit's
Happy
annoying me so bad in my
holidays. We love
fucking eye.
you. Hoagies and pierogis.
Much, 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 much.